One of the things I wanted to ask you about, Rory, is man, we are running into a crazy next 5 years with regards to the explosion of artificial intelligence, humanoid robots. It's the church did not have a pre-existing theology of family that protected us from the Industrial Revolution. And so we've been spending the last couple hundred years trying to recover that. And we still have not articulated properly across the church a theology of family. And so that is part of what we're discussing now. I think that what's coming is if we don't have a theology of work, we are in big trouble. And because if work is just a way for us is sort of a necessary evil, which is really the way most people treat it. It's like if we could just get money from the government, then let's just do that and be creative for the rest of our lives. And that's what's going to be pitched to us in the future as AI develops. So what do you see happening in the next 5 to 10 years? What's coming and how do families steel themselves properly against the corrupting influence of whatever these technological breakthroughs are going to bring our way?
It's gonna get really ugly, I'd
Yeah.
say. And I say that as being a technologist for my entire life, my entire career, is the AI revolution and a lot of the advances that are coming alongside it that are attendant to it are gonna put a lot of people out of work. What's unique about this revolution is that it's not the low skilled or the kind of the blue collar, which
Right.
is up to this point been experiencing the majority of the displacement through automation. It's going to be the highly skilled white collar, 4-year college degreed clerks, people working in any kind of clerical professions and administrators. These kinds of things are, I mean, in we could have seen this coming a while ago, but now everyone has begun to see what's possible in only a couple of years with the pace of this automation. I'm speaking of things like just the visual arts, the introduction of film, the incredible abilities of things like ChatGPT in terms of linguistic capabilities are just so far beyond what anyone could have imagined even like 3 or 4 years ago. And so we're going to continue to see that, and it's going to be the white collar professionals who are going to be hit the hardest this time around. Ironically, it's going to be the tradesmen who are not.
Right.
There was a study that I cited in my book, Durable Trades, about the coming robotic revolution. I think they said that there's something like 800 million job losses worldwide by 2030. So this was probably published in about 2020. So you're looking at a very significant. I do remember that they expect about a third of the American workforce to be put out of work.
Yep.
But then at the same time, over the same period, a 30% increase in trades related professions.
Oh wow.
Because, yeah, the demand for all things building, remodeling, I was just telling you before we were carrying 47 sheets of drywall up the stairs because we're putting in a new master bedroom at our house. Man, I literally wrote a book on trades and I still just feel like I don't know the first thing about any of this. It's one of those things that you're not going to have displaced by a robot. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just not going to happen. There's just too much custom work. So, my advice to people is, well, first of all, that Durable Trades was a book that was written specifically to counter this question. And it is what jobs are going to be resilient in the future. Instead of making just bold predictions, I just said, hey, well, what jobs have survived to the present? If you go back thousands of years of human history, if a job has survived the Industrial Revolution, to me, that makes it a pretty durable choice. And if it's still around today to provide an income. And I thought these are jobs that are family centric by and large, because usually families are the ones working together. And these are options still today for families. So in that book, I go through and cover a lot of these possibilities of how family centered, how much resilience, how impervious they are to things like AI and other things. And what you by and large find is jobs that are catering to the core human needs are the ones that are always in demand.
Yeah.
I was just talking to someone whose son just started working in the logging business and kind of like he's an arborist, I guess you could say. And it's one of those professions that, trees always keep growing back and people need arborists and they will always need arborists. They might make a robot at some point to like limb trees, but while the tooling gets better in a lot of these professions, they still need the people that understand the profession. And these are jobs that go back thousands of years. And so I think that a lot of those old working with your hands kind of jobs are ones that families should consider. I essentially left my career in computer programming to learn how to homestead and herd sheep and grow food in the ground. And that's part of our family economy. It's not everything that we do, but I just feel like we need to have some basic skills that are simple, but yet cater to these core human needs. And those are the ones that are going to be, ironically, sought after in the coming revolution that we're heading into right now.
So good. Yeah, we've definitely seen that transition in our family. You know, all of our sons-in-law are in the trades, and
Mhm.
you very quickly find like you can work together, you can start, spin things up, you can the amount of money you can possibly make. It takes, developing those skills, but I'm much, much more excited about that trajectory for all the reasons you're describing. So, yeah, which is such a difference. So many of us we're not raising children in the same economy that we were raised in. And
That's right.
like, of course, if you get a and people famously talk about, like, if you get a 4-year degree, you automatically get another 20 or 30 or $50,000 a year. That is not true anymore.
No.
And so be really, really careful about those messages that come from the far past.